Well, good morning, good afternoon, and/or good evening, and salutations to you wherever you may find yourself orientated within this universe. Welcome back! We are once again back for another data stream. Last time we looked at some more data analysis with our hex cells and thoroughly enjoyed that, and we may return to that every so often to ponder some puzzles, to placate our satisfaction with such things. But for now, well, we have an internship at one Fey and Co. law offices. We've been meaning to fully go through with this for a little bit of time, but, well, now seems like the perfect time for us to do so. So, if we just... okay, whew. Okay, we're here. That's good. That's all fine. We hope that you find yourselves well, and if not, then we hope that you are able to alleviate the situation as soon as possible. And if not, then we hope that this helps, even in the slightest. But like we said, we have our internship heading on over there, and we're not 100% sure how long this will last, whether or not our internship is, how do you say this, part-time, as it were, but whatever it ends up being, we will more than happily situate ourselves there. So let us go ahead and check out everything is all in order on their premises with this. Is everything all good? It appears so. So yes, it looks as if we will be able to do so. So let's go ahead and get that set up. So we'll do this, bring this over, and here we are, back to where we needed to be. And that should do us all fine. We just need to close one thing. It is that one we need to hit. Yes, there we are. There we go. That's that all sorted. And now, everything should be all in place. So, yes, let us go ahead and see what ends up happening here. So, yes, a new game, as it were. We have Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Let us start with the first turnabout, episode 1. Let's see what this entails then. Gasp. Gasp. Damn it. Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Oh, goodness. So it seems as if there was some implications of altercations that occurred. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Oh boy, am I nervous. Right. Ah, Miss Mia! Oh, hiya, Chief. Hi. Phew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. Well, to be fair, we're just tagging along. Don't mind us. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yep. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything, it's all over? Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair! Oh! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty! Tell them I'm guilty! Give me the death sentence! I ain't afraid to die! What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? Well, the newspapers said it was you. Oh boy. Well, that already doesn't sound particularly great, but here we are. My name is Phoenix Wright. Oh, hi Phoenix, my name is Ultrasonic Blur. Well, the short version of it is. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault, he just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took this case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do! August 3rd, 10 AM in the District Court, courtroom number 2. Ah, goodness, right, yes.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Wait, isn't that what I've already been through with, like, the law stuff and the whole law school and all that? Don't you have to do tests for that? Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking, eyesight fading.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case.
Well, that would be, Larry Butts. The defendant, well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor.
Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name?
Phoenix, do you know this? Because I don't know anything about this. Phew. I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Wait. Oh, no. No way, I forgot! I'm drawing a total blank here! Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it any time, okay? Well, it says, here, yes, okay, let's, here we are. Ah, the court record. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. My attorney's badge. Cindy's autopsy report. Time of death, 7:31, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Oh, and there's more. Here we are as well. Chief attorney at Fay & Co., my boss, and a very good defense attorney. Larry Butts, the defendant in this case, a likable guy who has been my friend since grade school. Cindy Stone, the victim in this case, she, a model, she lived in an apartment by herself. And Winston Payne, the prosecutor for this case, lacks presence, genuinely bad at getting his points across. Okay, well, we'll keep that in mind. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you.
Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case?
It was, Cindy Stone. Yes, like, Cindy's report, it's, Miss Cindy Stone. Yes. Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone.
Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was...
Well, she died due to blood loss, though the reason for the blood loss was blunt force trauma. So, it would be hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object.
Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then, first, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright was just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. Ah, yes, we thought we recognized this. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence.
Evidence, okay. And this goes to the court record. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Check the court record frequently. Alright, we will.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls defendant Mr. Butts to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Oh boy. Let's see what we've got here then. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet! Cleopatra and Mark Antony! Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumb! She just wasn't taking my phone calls! Or seeing me! Ever! What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you described is genuinely what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them before the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Okay.
Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way! The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. What's a sugar daddy? Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in the wrong direction. All the wrong directions. Should I? No, we have to stop him from answering this. This is clearly Payne trying to goad him into being annoyed and aggressive at her to paint some kind of picture. This is hearsay and rumors at this point, at best, right? My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That's cheating, she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, I'm gonna meet her in the afterlife. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Oh, Larry.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Uh-oh. He went. What do I do? I've got to have him answer honestly. If he doesn't, then it just makes it look bad. If we try and stop him from answering, it makes it look more guilty, surely. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth! Yeah. I was there. I went.
Order! Well, Mr. Butts.
Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. That's his voice?
Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Oh, great. Okay, that's just great.
Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, this is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sahawit to the stand. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is that correct?
Oh, yes! Newspapers, yes.
Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court on what you saw on the day of the murder.
Okay, so this is a witness testimony. Okay. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Oh boy. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Okay. Electricity in Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Okay, well that lines up with what the testimony said.
Now, Mr. Wright.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
You may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, right, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimonies to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record and then point out the contradictions in the testimony. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. We can do this. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. That seems okay. What else do we have? I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment. When I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. Do you not have a mobile device of your own, perhaps? Why would you not use that? I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Right, let's have a look then. Let's see what we've got. We've got these 4 things. The blackout, yes, that's fine. That doesn't show us anything. Statue in the shape of a thinker, it's rather heavy. Cindy's autopsy report. Time of death was 4 to 5 p.m. That doesn't seem quite right. This man is saying that the time was exactly 1 p.m., but that's 3 hours too early, isn't it? So we look into the court record. We can present this. Yeah, that doesn't seem right. Something's wrong here. You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death is sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart.
Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again?
Okay. The time of discovery.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. No, but that was a blackout. That doesn't work. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it?
I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. No, that doesn't work.
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right? You know what to do. I've got this one. Yeah. We got this one. We know where it is already. When I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. It couldn't have come from the television because there was a blackout. The electricity in Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. So regardless of when you'd been there, that wasn't possible. Hold it right there! The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Well,
the defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant contradictions are harming your credibility. And you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony one more time, please.
So he heard the time? Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. What? Hold on, but...
You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Gladly. What does he mean by a clock? Huh? I didn't hear the time, I saw it. Okay. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? The murder weapon the killer used to hit the victim. This is a clock? I thought it was just a statue. Yeah, statue of the thinker. Why do you think it's a clock? It's not a clock. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne?
As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now?
Yeah, how did he know it was a clock? Like, that's the thing I'm wondering now. Because we didn't know it wasn't that. And it was stated that you have to flick the neck. Well, if that's the case, you already said that the murder weapon was a clock. How did you know that? And also, how did you know that was the murder weapon? Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in this witness's testimony. The only way you could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hands. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly, a contradiction.
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying! You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove I went in there! I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard!
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon just spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burnt into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never... Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw... Interesting.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up!
I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Burn! Give him death!
Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright,
Your Honor?
you claim the sound the victim heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honor? The sound Mr. Sawit heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply... we could sound the clock. That might work. If we were to, do that. Checking the clock's batteries doesn't do anything. Asking the neighbors doesn't do anything because he's the witness. So it has to be try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker, after all.
So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Wait a minute. Wasn't it 10 p.m. when we entered the courtroom, though? Mr. Payne, could you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing! How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. As far as we were aware, time is a constant, so as long as no one touched the clock since that time... no, because no one would have sounded it before then to check. No one would have necessarily known. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it. I was so close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawit.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens! You treat me like a criminal! A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Huh? Not so fast, Mr. Sawit! Mia? I mean, Chief! Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Come on, think. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody could prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean that you can't still win. Try thinking outside of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think it through. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Well, is there anything we could find out about this? The only thing we've got... Wait a minute. Didn't they say... Yeah, the victim arrived home from Paris the day before the murder. Okay, it's a little bit of a leap in logic, but she went to Paris. That's in a different time zone. We've learned a little bit about this. The way that you try to work on how to discern time is based on the rotation of the Earth. As a result, because different areas rotate through different parts based on their thing to the sun, it could be argued to be a different time. It all occurs at the same moment, but obviously the reference point is different. If that's the case, if she was in Paris and took the clock, it would be running at a different time. That's all we can go for. I don't know whether or not this is 3 hours fast or not, or slow or whatever, but it's the only thing we've got. Wait. Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let him have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a shadow of a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow.
Okay, it's a bit of a leap of logic, but let's go with it. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. Yeah, look, United States of America. Paris... Wait! Paris is 9 hours fast, not 3 hours slow. And because you work on a 12-hour system, you have AM and PM. So if that's the case, the thinker doesn't say whether it thinks it's AM or PM. It just said 8:25. We assumed it was 3 hours slow because Mr. Sawit said 1 PM. We all made that mistake. The clock just said, I think it's 1 o'clock. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 PM here, it's 1 AM the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her in her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawit? Or should I say, Mr. Did It?
Order! Order, I say! Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness.
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, it is only a formality, but This court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts,
not guilty. We did it! Ah, we did it! We actually did it! We got our first trial win! We did it! Aha!
and with that, this court is adjourned.
All right. Well, that wasn't too bad, all in all. It turns out Frank Sawyer was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawyer let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim did return. Flustered, Mr. Sawyer grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Not great. Alright. 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant's Lobby number 2. Phew! I still can't believe we won! Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I have never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean bad. Bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Harry, she was a... never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? That's very impressive. Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Doesn't that make you just want to cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you, in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What are you doing, Mia? What the heck is she talking about? What can I present? Let's see. Wait a minute. This clock was running fast because she took it to Paris with her. She took a heavy, cumbersome clock with her when she could have just used a wristwatch? She could have done anything, but she brought that with her. Aww, that's sweet. It just goes to show, sentimental trinkets. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive that you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever. She probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to just take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him? Yeah. Part, at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Huh? What? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What did you mean by that? What? A brand new episode has been added. Okay. No, let's keep going. What? What is this? Oh? Okay. Yes. Hello? This is Maya. Hey, Maya. It's me. Mia? What's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry. I've been so busy. How have you been? Well, lonely. And it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. It's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you? Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like the statue The Thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always liked toys. Hey! I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now, you know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? Well, that's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9 p.m. to pick it up? I'll be in the pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner. Something good. Like burgers. I could really go for a good burger right about now. Okay. We'll hit the usual joint. Alright, it's a deal. Okay, sis, see you soon. Yep, I'll be waiting, Maya. Conversation recorded September 5th, 9:27 a.m. You're going to be in pre-trial meetings for 12 hours? Damn. 8:57 p.m. Faye & Co. Law Offices. Now, Miss Faye, I'll take what's mine. The papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Faye, you are a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? Oh, you're not coniferous of my background. Gathering information is my business, you see. should have been more careful. Oh, my dear Miss Fay, I am so very sorry. But I'm afraid I must ask you for one more thing. What? Your eternal silence! Farewell, Miss Fay. What? Mia? No. No, but... Red, white, blue? What? But my internship! Who's gonna sign the paperwork? What just happened? Oh no. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh? That's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. Hmm? What's that smell? Blood? Maya? Maybe she's in her office. Into the office? Go into the office? I smell blood and that can't be good. I have to check and see if Mia's the chief's okay. Is she okay? How do I check? Check? Oh, move to the office. What happened? That smell. Blood. Someone's there. Oh shit. Chief? Chief! Chief! Oh, that's not great. Who are you? Uh-oh. The hell happened? That strange girl dropped out cold and left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Yeah, her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Until finally she was cold. Chief. What the hell happened here? Shards of glass are scattered on the floor. They seem to be remains of a glass light stand. It's just... everything's gone. It's encrusted with dried blood. How ironic that this became the murder weapon. Again. Chief. It's hard seeing her like this, but if there are any clues here... She was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. There's some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of the glass light stand lying broken in the back of the room. Okay. Okay. Nothing else seems like a clue here. A piece of paper? It must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? What is this? A word is written in blood on this scrap of paper. Maya? Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store. Dated yesterday? Okay. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I'd better call the police and find out what that girl was doing here. Yeah. Let's move back. Huh? That girl just now. Where'd she go? I put her right there on the sofa. Oh, I hope she didn't run on me. Yeah! Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay. I work here. Maya Fay. Maya Fay? Maya? So Mia was writing this girl's name? Maybe I should show her this receipt? Never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. Okay, let's do that. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. That's my name! But why? Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would Sis write my name? Uh-oh. Now I've done it. I'd better hurry up and call the police. Yeah. Is there a phone anywhere? Reception desk. I usually sit here. Yep, where is the phone? Is there a phone in the office then, maybe? That's the only other option. Yes, there's a phone in the office. Okay. Yeah, we can use that. Right. I'd better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. Looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police! Please, come quickly! What was that? Someone screaming from outside the window? She's staring right at me! She's holding a phone in her hand and... Uh-oh. Phone receiver is missing a few screws. I'd better not use it. Okay, great. Well, that's just great. Yeah. We sit here and wait for them. The police! Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze! Police! Alright, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see? Gumshoe? What an odd name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder. That must have been that woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay? Great. Just great. Maya, wait. She wouldn't have... No. Whoa! Excuse me. This word Maya here mean anything to you? That's my name. What? Oh, the victim drew this in note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Killer? I'm not... Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. What? Great. Great. A single piece of evidence looking at that. And that's all you look at. Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out till early next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. September 6th, 9:07 a.m. in the visitor's room. Wow, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Oh, it's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She looks so tired. Are you going to be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. It's up to you, is it not? That's how law works, is that it's either you find one or are given one. They don't come to you for it. I'd better give it to her straight. It's up to you. Up to me? Yep. I don't think this is something that I should decide. After all, you're the one in trouble here. They're never going to believe me, are they? Even you, when you found me in the office, you looked at me like I'd done it. Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought... It's okay, I understand. And I've also heard about you. You've heard? Heard what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How did that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on the edge the whole time. It's been a while. So he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Huh, sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get into trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. It is true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia, I know. Let's talk to you. Let's ask about the day of the crime. That's the most pressing issue. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Yeah. Let's see. That morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yes. That clock shaped like the thinker. The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case? Right. She said something about that. Oh, I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yeah. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone. You recorded it? Yeah. I forget how to delete those things. Okay, well, let's have a listen to that. So you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone. Let's hear it. Right. Oh. I just remembered. The detective took my cell phone. Sorry. Oh, right. Yeah, of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay? Sure, thanks. Conversation I had with my sister is recorded on my cell phone. Okay. More on that day of the crime? Did you know about the day of the murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard. No, it's okay. All I've been doing the last few hours is talking about it. Kind of gotten used to it. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. And that's that thinker clock that Larry made. He practically qualifies as a serial murderer by now. So then, when did you arrive at the office? It was right around 9. The lights were off and I could smell blood. Then I found her. My sister. Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. Speaking of Maya, there's something I've been wanting to ask you. Yes? What's with that outfit? Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say. Acolytes? Like people in religious training. What is it you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium. In training. A spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Okay. So you're an acolyte. A, medium in training? That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Wait a second. You said the Fae family? So, Mia was into this stuff too? Of course! She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class too. I had no idea. Wait. What? So, you're a real, honest-to-goodness spirit medium, with ESP and all that? Yes, in training. Well, can't you contact Mia's spirit then? We can just ask her who killed her. I'm sorry, I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level. I thought it would be too easy. Huh? Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go and ask him to represent me? Sure. Sure, why not? I'll go ask. Oh, thank you so much! I have no one else to turn to. Say, what about your parents? I see. Don't worry. Leave it to me. Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10. What? Tomorrow? Tomorrow. What if this guy refuses? He told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me. And when will that happen? They're giving me until 4 this afternoon. And visiting hours are almost up. I'd better hurry. Right, I'll be back. Okay, let's move to Grossberg Law Offices. That would be where we need to head. Okay. Grossberg Law Offices. Right. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention run an office like this. I guess I'll just have to come back later. Okay, well, we can still head back to Fay & Co. There was something that we wanted to talk to the detective about. Perhaps we might be able to find him here? The office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey, you there! There's a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Sorry. Don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're that Buds guy, aren't you? No, Phoenix Wright. How could anyone mistake me for Larry? Guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Buds guy, he was a killer, and you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent. Right, and you were, Detective Gumshoe, yes? Gumshoe? That sounds right. Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Hey, right, at your service. Hang on, that's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here! Yes, sir. But be right there. You're a lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you better do it quick. Phew, he thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. Sure. I want to talk, actually. Yeah, I can talk or present. I've got this that I've got to present, right? I was wondering, did you see Maya Faye's cell phone? Oh, that? Yeah, I have it here. Do you think you could give it back? Sure. I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer. Uh-oh, he's on to me. Tell him straight. If I tell him why I want it, there's no way he'll give it to me. Something the matter? Oh, no, it's just, you know, detective. Nope. I know nothing, pal. That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it. Like her boyfriends. The cell phone holds a lot of, holds all the little girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets. You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal. I already checked all the numbers in memory. Well, impressive. You're quite the detective. Uh-huh. Oh, here. You can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious call records in there, after all. Seems you didn't notice the recorded conversation. Okay. Okay. Check the court record to hear the recorded conversation. Okay. I can check it. You haven't called in a while. Actually, sorry, again, what is it this time? It's a clock. It's not working right now. Yeah, we heard this. We saw this. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk to them then about Mia. About Miss Faye. Did you do an autopsy? Huh? You want to know the results, eh? Yeah. Don't go looking at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. Alright. You can see the report, but that's it. Oh, thank you. Death was instantaneous at 9 p.m. Single blunt force trauma. Okay. Thank you. We'll commit that to memory. About Maya. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you aren't gonna win. Why do you say that? The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Edgeworth? I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all. Guess I've asked all the questions I needed to. You all done, pal? Yeah, thank you. I'll be heading out now. Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you'd better not. No influence in the witness with your loyally ways, pal. Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. The witness? Yeah, Miss April May. Sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Well, you just told me her name. Miss May, huh? So you've sent her home already, then? You're trying your loyalty tricks on me now. She's not going outside our room until the trial. So, she's still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than to try to get a detective to leak information. You got that right, pal. Time to pay a visit to Miss May. But first, Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth. That's right, pal. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you know him, don't you? I don't know. Never heard of him. Whoa, and you call yourself a lawyer, pal? About 4 years ago, this Edgeworth guy became a prosecutor at the age of 20. Everyone says he's a genius. Surprised you don't know him. Of course I know him. I was just playing dumb. He's a cold, heartless machine who'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. There are rumors of back-alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Well, we have our next room. The, Gatewater Hotel, it seems. Okay, room 303.
Well, hello there, handsome.
Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth.
You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal.
Memento to self. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder.
Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting, I can hardly contain myself. Ooh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness.
I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. Okay. Yeah. Well, if they're freshening up, let's see what have we got here. Late summer sunlight streams through the window. There's the Fanco law office building, of course. You can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here. I think it would be a little difficult to recognize her face from this distance, though. Yeah. Well, that was the big thing we wanted to check, is how clear of a shot could you see. The other thing that is quite clearly, obviously distracting us is the fact that this is here. What is this? There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer? I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look.
Hey! Hey! What are you doing? No touching. Ooh, bad boy. You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you?
Upset? I thought she was going to explode for a second there. I wonder what could be inside that drawer. Okay, well, what you witnessed, maybe? Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident.
Ooh, observe. Incident. You sound just like a lawyer in the movies.
I like a man with a big vocabulary. Better not encourage her. You know that thing that, happened the other day? The bad thing? What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it? Pretty please? Let me see. Well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll just have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer. Oh boy. Miss May? Could you... just who exactly are you? Ooh, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me? No, hey, look, I'm just doing my job here. You know, you're cute when you blush. Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Right. Can you just tell me what it is that you do? Well, no. You had your little hopes up, didn't you? Oh boy. Well, you're not going to tell me anything, are you? I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you? Ooh, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives, like on television. Oh, no, not me. I'm, just a lawyer. Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage, Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers. Oh, boy. Fine. Okay. Well, let's just leave. We could always head back and see if Grossberg's in now, maybe? Seems like Mr. Grossberg is still out. Oh, maybe I should just wait here for him to come back? Ahem! If that wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard.
Ah, yeah. So, you're the one that they say has been looking for me.
Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined.
That badge on your collar. Ah, so you're a lawyer, are you now?
Yes, well, yes.
And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please, proceed.
Not busy? Then how come no one could get in touch with you?
Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it.
Well, sir, actually, it's about Maya Fey. Ah, yes, Maya Fey.
Go on.
Why the strange reaction?
I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible.
Wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow?
Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion.
What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? I guess you won't want to talk either. Your refusal? How can you just refuse like that? Please, tell me why you won't take the case.
Huh? Well, you see, it's just, I'm busy, you see.
But the client is Mia Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands.
Yes, of course, I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye.
Creep. Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere.
Think not.
Huh? Did you just say something?
I think not, I said.
But what do you mean?
I'm terribly, terribly sorry. But I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy.
Why?
I cannot say.
Great.
I beg your pardon, but could you leave? Now. I have nothing more to discuss with you.
What's going on here? Why would you refuse? Yeah, there's nothing I can present there. Mia. How did you know Mia Fey?
She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see.
A mission?
You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion. Never looked back, that one.
Okay, that painting. Maybe we can get you on side a little bit more. That's quite a painting.
Aha! You noticed. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it?
Well, isn't it?
Ah, the colour of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hats. It's worth at least 3 million. But I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it. Not even to you.
I wasn't interested.
It's not for sale. I'm not buying.
Jeez. Alright, well, fine. Let's move then. Guess the only place we can go is to the back to the detention center. We gotta let Mia know. Maya know. That's not gonna get confusing at all. Mia and Maya. Oh boy. Hey, oh, you're back! Did you find the lawyer? Well, what do I tell her? Well, see, just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bone. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? I see. I've been abandoned then. Yeah, kinda. What about your family? I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young, and I don't know where my mother is. Don't know. So she could still be alive? The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man and he ruined our mother's life. Ruined? After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer, and she left the mountain. So, you live by yourself? Yes. I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent, or I would lose my powers. I feel bad for her. All by herself up on that mountain. Your mother's enemy, though. So who was this man who, ruined your mother? About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate. Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they? The police convinced my mother to try to contact the victim. Wow. So, what happened? The case was solved, we thought. You thought? The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. But the police consultation had been carried out in secret, of course. But a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. My mother, became the laughing stock of the nation. I see. White. Excuse me? White? That was his name. My sister told me. White? Just a little longer now before the state-approved lawyer comes, I guess. 4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her here and go home? No. We'll defend her. I've made up my mind. I'm going to defend you, whether you want me to or not. Wait, but didn't we already say at the beginning that it was her choice? Oh, boy. Huh? Why? Why? Well, I can't abandon you. No one is as sad as a person without any friends. I know. I've been there. A long time ago. Huh? Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me. That's so kind of you. Well, let's fight this one and get you out of there. Right, thank you. Phew, she smiled at least. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right? Yes! And I trust you. So you trust me too, okay? It's a deal. So, what's next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? It was just when I tried to look in the drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. Alright. Well, I guess we'll have to head back to the Gatewater and see if we can find her. Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are? Ah, I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment at your service, sir. Oh, right. I've just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? Ah, I believe our guest Miss May is currently using the, facilities. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please, stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait. No. Hey! Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait. That's my chance to snoop around a bit. Ah, I almost forgot. You came back quick? Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. Wright of Blue Corp phoned. Oh, right, sure. Mr. Wright of Blue Corp? Where have I heard that name? Wright. That was his name. My sister told me. Wright was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? Well, first things first, let's try and see what this is. There's a screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap? What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Okay. Well, we have a wiretap. That's a wiretap. If we remember correctly from understanding, a wiretap is a device that is used to listen in on telephone communications, literally tapping the wire, similar to how you could tap a barrel to receive the insides. If you tap a wire, you can get to the insides. In this case, the communications. There is definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this, I know it. Alright. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For Maya's sake. I'll get this woman's bottom. Wait. No, I mean... Oh, you know what I mean. Oh, bellboy. Still there? Uh-oh. Time to scram. I look forward to tangoing with you, Miss May. In court. Alright. To be continued. Well, we'll continue it right now. No reason not to continue it right now. Yes, let's go. Save your progress? Sure. There we go, just in case there was nothing in there. Let's see what we've got. September 7th, 10 AM, District Court. Courtroom number 1.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant.
Mr. Edgeworth, please give your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then.
If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of the homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir.
The court accepts the statue as evidence.
Still calling it a statue. Well, to be fair, in this instance, it is a statue, Phoenix. Now, detective. Yes, sir? You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence.
Maya Fey's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There was 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Felix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? Well, we had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss May at the very moment of the murder.
The very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Ow. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witnesses always slip up and say something wrong. It's worked lots of times. Should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try.
Something the matter?
No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Okay. So, as soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. Let's press this then. Who did you say you got a call from? Hey pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was made from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel right across from the scene. Yeah, okay. I pressed. Not sure it did much good though. Right, please continue. There were 2 people there already. Press. Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took? Between you receiving the call and you arriving at the scene of the crime. Right. I'd say it was about 3 minutes. But that's pretty fast. Our motto this month is quick response. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So, tell us who the 2 people you found on the scene were. Yes, sir. The defendant and the lawyer. Press. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Hey, listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you 2 stand out like, well, like suspicious people at a crime scene. Well, he does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Okay. And why's that? What's your reason? Why? We had a witness describing her account. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it.
You did say it.
You said it. What exactly about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? Well, what? Hey, Miss May ain't suspicious. She sure ain't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink.
That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective?
I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor.
Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again.
Hard evidence. Okay. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was clearly written in blood. Lab test results show that the blood was from the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Great. How'd you like that? That's my hard evidence.
Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective.
Your Honor?
Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time?
I know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir.
Try to be more careful. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination.
Alright, let's see what hard evidence we've got. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene with my own eyes. And did you find any evidence? Now, don't jump the gun on me, pal. Just listen and get into the good part. I got a bad feeling about this. Found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Ha ha! Then who did write it, Mr. Smarty Pants? Who? The killer. The killer! Anyone can see that. Oh, you're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. She was framed. Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? Yeah. I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal. Well, Detective, tell us what was written on that memo you found. The words Maya was clearly written in blood. Do you have proof it was Mia who wrote that? Of course I do, pal. Oh, you sounded pretty confident. This might not be good. Lab test results show that the blood was the victim's. Whoops. Test results show that the blood was the victim's. Okay. What kind of tests were these again? Huh? What kind? Well, I heard they take the, little bits of the blood, the homogoblins, the homogoblin, I refuse to testify on this matter, pal. I'm no expert on blood tests.
Yes, that was quite clear. You may continue with your testimony.
Thanks, pal. I mean, Your Honor, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Yeah? I look forward to your next evaluation. As should you. Oh. That was a mess. Right, where was I? There was blood found on the victim's finger. On which hand was the bloody finger, Detective? The right hand. Yeah, she was right-handed. Ha ha ha, nice try. Oh, I guess it wasn't too hard to see what I was getting at there. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure, happens all the time in books and the movies. This isn't a movie, Detective. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess I haven't heard of many cases. No. Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister? Yeah, actually, you got a point, pal. Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer.
Order! Order!
That didn't go so well either. That's right, what he said. That's his whole testimony. There's got to be a contradiction in there somewhere, so let's find it. Wait, okay. Let's look at the evidence then. Time of death. Death was instantaneous. She physically couldn't have written this down. Yeah, but she had to have died. She had to have been instantaneously killed. She couldn't write it down. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify here for me. You say the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey? That's really what you're saying. What? What? This isn't one of your lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, detective. But backwards, The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately! But, no butting your way out of this one, detective.
Order! Order! The defense has made a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down.
Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? The day after the murder. If it was the day after the murder.
The prosecution's point being?
That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object, but there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all.
I see.
Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? You're a sham. The detective's a sham. I'm a sham. Why was I not informed of this? You got these results this morning. You did not present them to me. That's illegal. You're a sham. Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report?
Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution.
No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court.
Understood. The court accepts the evidence.
Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer.
I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes.
This isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Great.
We'll let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand.
Exactly what part of her is innocent? Witness, your name, please.
April May, at
your service. Wink. Oh boy.
Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
I was, like, in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices?
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
Okay. Alright, we're okay. This is going fine.
It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know? And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up with her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy.
Well, Your Honor?
I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any...
Wait, Your Honor?
Yes, Mr. Wright?
What about my cross-examination?
I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite, firm, didn't you?
Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Maya Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey! How dare you!
Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
Yes, I'm doing it. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness.
Very well, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yeah. Okay. It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know. Okay. Why? Why did you do that?
Huh? Why? Like, why what?
Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something?
Oh, well, gee.
What? That's it? She can't get out of this question that easily.
I sort of, you know, I had a feeling.
Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one? Go on. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. Badgering? You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think that should be allowed. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh no.
Order! Mr. Wright, you have been warned.
Poor girl. What about poor me? You looked out the window. What did you see next? You saw one with long hair being attacked. The woman with long hair was Miss Fay?
Uh-huh. Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty, if that's your thing.
Your thing? And the person attacking her?
The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair.
How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay?
There was only one other person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right. I question that testimony. Just because we know that to be the case does not mean that she knew that at the time. We cannot take information we know now and apply it to back then. That is an assumption. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks!
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that you saw nothing. Did you really see the defendant at all? I don't think you did.
Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me because I'm clueless. About this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo is far from normal looking to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder.
She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
Sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise.
Your testimony again, if you would.
Damn, I almost had her. Well, we got somewhere with that.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, that kind of statue-y clock. The Thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? Teehee.
Okay. So, what Miss May has done here is reveal all the information she knows, including the information that she quite clearly shouldn't know. Did you spot it?
I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination.
Yes. Miss May, you might have accidentally let slip too much information. I did see everything. The victim dodged off to the right, then the girl with hippie clothes, and she hit her with that weapon. That clock? That statue-y clock. I'm gonna press this first. A clock? Did this come up in another testimony recently?
Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all.
No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. Yeah. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
You just said that this statue of the Thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder. Phoenix, that's conflating information.
Order! Order!
Miss May, can you explain how you knew this was a clock?
Ooh, gah.
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns.
Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright.
But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once, but...
Objection sustained. You may continue your questioning of the witness.
Phew, that was close. If he stopped me there, the trial would be over.
Huh? What? So what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
Well, that's because I heard it? Yeah, I heard it. It says the time.
So, you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co.?
No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room.
The law offices of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock.
Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied?
Nope. No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because she couldn't have heard it. It couldn't have rung. Technically, that's the same thing, but it couldn't have rung is the more sort of solid option. If we argue that she couldn't have heard it, then it's a back and forth of crap like, oh, it's close. If we physically determine that it could not have rung, that's better. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork.
How could you possibly?
Just take a look, right now.
Oh!
See anything interesting, Your Honor?
Well, it's just as the defense says. But this clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this?
It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar.
Fat?
Well, Miss May? Tisk tisk. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction.
That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it.
That is exactly what happened, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed?
Oh, impossible, of course. But it's... I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves the clockwork was removed is the phone. It shows the conversation telling us it was removed and when that happened. Take a look at this.
That's a very cute cell phone.
Ooh, you have a girly phone. Wait, hold on. This isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder.
Order! Order!
The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gunshoe overlooked it? Good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. So you want me to hold on to the thinker for you, then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working. That's lame. I had to take out the clockwork. Yep. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw the clock before. What store was it at again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink.
So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright?
Yep. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court.
Well then, let's see it. Please provide this evidence that proves the witness had not seen the clock before.
It's the clock itself, made by Larry Butts. It's simple. This clock was never in any store. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world, and the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible! Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for better excuses. Oh? Excuses not on sale today? Oh? Okay. What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! Another one who screams that they should die when that happens.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Oh, silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did. Wink. That's scary.
Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior?
Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you had heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock.
She heard?
That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof.
Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock.
Well, she couldn't have heard it from the clock, but the wiretap would be perfectly viable. Have a look at this. That's... I found this in Miss May's room.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is.
Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Faye's phone, weren't you not?
Oh, God.
Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap.
This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Edgeworth, you fucking moron. We just listened to an entire conversation that explained that that was the case. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is the fucking recording we just listened to where she said it was a clock.
Yes, we've seen that.
Let's listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Yep, haven't called you in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on for me. Again, what's it this time? It's a clock. A clock. It's a clock. It's made to look like the statue of the thinker, and it tells you the time. Yep. Okay. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer.
Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May.
Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You
Lawyer.
Oh boy. It's not fair! All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl. Is that it? Is that it? That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. You did it, didn't you? Miss May? What is it, you little shrimp? Talk to me in that tone of voice, will you? You killed her, didn't you?
Order! There will be order!
What? How could you possibly say that? Are you mad? All I did was a little wire tapping. Oh! So you admit that you tapped her phone? But wait, I didn't do anything bad like murder. I'm a good girl. Really? Can you prove it? No ways you can prove it. You think you're so smart, Mr. Lawyer, but I can prove it, and I will. You can't be serious, no way. Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 p.m. at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee. Iced coffee? Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Wink. Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. Great. Well, that closes that option.
So where does this leave us?
It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. Oh, they're gonna just let her walk away? There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow.
Well, does the defense have anything to say?
Well, come on, think of something. Call the bellboy as a witness. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunken quite low enough already. I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping has nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. And thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? I better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? If you give up now, Maya's guilty. If you don't give up, she's not guilty. So you have to accept the condition. Alright. I've got nothing to lose except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. Wait.
Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand.
I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly looks like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service.
That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony.
Very good, sir. Miss May's room service. I'm the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I've received a call after 8 in the evening for our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 p.m. on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course, and I delivered her the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself.
I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Right. I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder somehow now, Maya will be finished. Okay. I'm the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel for business in 4 generations. That's irrelevant. I don't want to question that. I believed I received a call after 8 in the evening from my guest, Miss May. Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them, and I... the point being, I remembered her quite well, sir.
Yes, what then?
She asked me for an iced coffee to be brought to her 9 on the dot, sir. 9 on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the television and wished to drink it after she finished, sir. 9 p.m. It's the time of the murder. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time. Okay. Precisely 9 o'clock, then. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir, 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, tea, I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9 p.m. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9 o'clock, sir. Why was she so particular about the time? And I delivered the iced coffee to, I guess, Miss May herself. Okay. And you are sure that it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It is an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favoured me with an embracer, sir. An embracer? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanour, sir. It was a moment I shall never, ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing here. Is this it? Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here.
It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand.
I can't let this happen, can I? I have to keep going. Wait, please wait.
Yes? Does the defense have something to add?
One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough.
Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question, but that's all.
Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Bed making, room service, check-in. He said that he remembered her from check-in. That would be it. Room service, we've just spent the entire time talking about that. There's no point questioning that. I don't think there's any relevance in bed making. She said he saw them? Was that someone else or something? Was that what they were on about? Tell me about check-in. Tell me about when you checked in Miss May. Oh, alright. Very well, sir. My first thought was that she was a beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl. So it was a disappointment, really. I see. Huh? Excuse me, what exactly was a disappointment? Well, I'm not without charm, sir, but even I'd have little chance with her lover there. What? What did he say? What did you just say? Rather quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person? I object. That was objectionable.
Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question.
Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes. Quite, indeed. It was the good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who, he asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Oh, you fool. I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been with the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright, is this other person? Simple. It was the man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Ugh. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi for the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in that room at the time of the murder. What a convenient little setup. But it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous.
Enough! The court acknowledges the defense's arguments. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
That is all for today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned.
Mr. Wright! You were amazing in there! Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just, doing my job, you know? Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too. Huh? That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lip. It sent shivers up my spine. If you say so. So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well... Yeah. No, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May. He's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway? Well, I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning that her charms won't work on everyone. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir! I'm gonna find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who... Maybe so. Sis... Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow. That's a promise. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come up handy. It might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. The victim dodged an attack, then ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. Okay. To be continued. Well, of course, we're just going to continue that right now. There seems to be no reason not to. So that's what we'll do. We will, however, save our progress as required for it. So yes, that works. Where are we at now then? September 7th, 3:11 p.m. Detention Center Visitors Room. Well, hello. I didn't expect anyone to visit me in such a dank place as this. It's really quite moving. Not! You stink, lawyer! I hope you die! Have you come to laugh? Yes, laugh at the fallen Miss May! No, not really. There's something I wanted to ask. Unfortunately, there is nothing I want to be asked. Haven't you done enough questioning, you spiky head? Here we go again. Please, you're scaring the security guard. So, what is it you wish to ask me then, For starters, how did you get to be so totally whacked? Okay. Perhaps we could present something, but for now we need to talk. The man. About the man who stayed with you in your hotel room. Can you tell me about him? Where is he? Come on. No way, Jose. Maybe if I had something to get her to talk. Maybe the wiretap? Hey, guess what? Actually, I, really hate your guts. So, get lost because, well, I'm not cooperating. Thanks, I noticed. Great. The wiretap. Why did you place a wiretap on Mia's phone? Aw, when you say it like that, it sounds so cold. So criminal. Tapping people's phones is a crime, Miss May? Oh, and I suppose you learned that in lawyer school, Creep. This woman is impossible to talk to. Your attitude. Say, why are you so angry? I mean, you don't look like a bad person. Oh, that does it, butterfeeding, scum-sucking lawyer! Button? I can't tell. Does she have a thing against lawyers or just against me? I don't know. You know what? Let's not be there for now. Perhaps there's somewhere else we can head. We could talk to maybe Grossberg about this. He's moved his painting. Looks like Grossberg is out today. Again. Maybe he's avoiding me for some reason. Hey, there's a picture on the table. What's this? Old photos. There's two lying here. Something's been written on pencil on the back. DL6 Incident Exhibit A, DL6 Incident Exhibit B. Let's take a look at these. Let's have a look at A first. I'm sure I've seen this person somewhere. Perhaps I'll borrow this photo? sure no one will miss the one little photo. It might be a valuable clue. I'll just take it for now. Okay. What about... Wait. What about the other one? The photo lies on the desk. Maybe I should switch this with the one I took? Let's swap photos. I think I'll swap them. DL6 Incident B, written in pencil. That might prove useful? I don't know. We've got the Gatewater Hotel. You should look into that. September, Gatewater Hotel, room 303. Ah, welcome, sir. Quite the performance today, if I dare say so myself. Oh, thanks. Sorry for putting you on the spot like that. No, not at all, sir. Your efforts today can only help the Gatewater's rep, as they say. Huh? Rep? Yes, our reputation will swell as the hotel where the murderer used a wiretap. We can charge a premium for this room, of course. It will be ever great for business, sir. Whoa. Miss May hasn't been charged with murder. I, too, will become famous. The bellboy who brought the murderer iced coffee. Why do I feel like we're both stuck in the same bad dream? So, you are our honored guest. Please let me know if there's anything I can bring you. You know what? I might talk with you. The man with Miss May. I wanted to ask you about the man who was with Miss May. Ah, yes. He struck me as a real lady killer, if you'll pardon the expression. I knew it from the moment I saw him, sir. He and I are of the same ilk. We both carry the scent of danger. There we are, in total agreement, Mr. Psycho Bellboy. If you had a photo of that man, I'm quite sure I could identify him. A photo, yeah, you know what? We might just have a photo. On the random off chance, it wouldn't happen to be this man, would it? Could you take a look at this photo? That's him, detective. I'm the lawyer. Oh, I know that. I just wanted to say detective just once. You know how it is. No, I do not. Without a doubt, that is the man who checked in with Miss April May. How about I write an affidavit swearing that it was him? An affidavit? This guy is way too excited. Sure, though, it might prove useful. Well, sure, why not? Yes! I've always wanted to write an affidavit, sir. From henceforth, I will be known as the bellboy who swore the affidavit. Just hurry up and write it. Describes the man who stayed with Miss May on the night of the murder. Okay. Not even Miss May can play dumb to this. Okay, thanks. I'm gonna go ahead and talk to Miss May now. You again? Like, can't you take a hint and stay gone? Hey, the only reason I'm back here is because you won't talk to me. Oh, so it's my fault now. You don't just have spiky hair, you also have a spiky heart. That does it. When this case is done, I'm shaving my head. Right, well, I'm going to present to you something important. I'm going to show you this man. Have a look at this. Look, like I've said several times, I'm not telling you... Where did you... Haha, a reaction. This is him, isn't it? What? Who? When? Why? It is him. This is the man who stayed with you at the hotel room the night of the murder. No, that's not right. Nice try, Miss Cooperative. Do you have any proof that that was him? Yeah, proof. Show me proof. I'm so close. Yes, I do. Could you have a look at this? What's that? The bellboy's affidavit. It tells us everything he saw. Such as the man you checked in with. Who was most definitely this guy. Gah. Now I'm getting somewhere. Push her hard. This is it. All or nothing. Time to do a little bluff. No use playing dumb, if indeed that is an act. If you don't talk, I'm taking this info to the press. What? Even though he should have been witness to murder, your little friend was missing. I'm sure the press would have a field day with his reputation. Fine, I'll talk. You win, lawyer. Yes! Man, that felt good. It's so great to be alive. Why are you pumping your fists in the air? Now, tell me about the man you were with. That man, he's my boss. Wright, the president of the information gathering conglomerate Blue Corp. Wright? Information gathering? Well, I suppose you could call it a detective agency. So this is the man that was with you on the night of the murder. I'm scared to talk. I don't want to end up like her. It's okay. I'll just ask Mr. White himself. Can you tell me where the Blue Corp is located? Mr. Wright, at last. Finally, a lead on this guy. If April May couldn't have done it, that leaves him. Time to take action. Bellboy's affidavit discarded. Yes, it's no longer needed. Okay, well, we've took everything to her. So let's have a look at Blue Corp then. Interesting. What's with the surreal decor?
Welcome! Please furnish me with the title of your personage.
What the?
Your name. What's your name? I was just inquirably asking the title that you go by.
Wright. Phoenix Wright. Inquirably?
Mr. Wright, is it? Right, I see. Splendiferous.
Perhaps I have intimidated you with my giantesque vocabulary. What is this guy's problem?
I'm Wright, CEO of Blue Corp. You know, corporate expansion official. My business dealings bring me into contact with the elite of the elite. So I'm afraid I am not used to conversing with the wordily challenged.
What a fruitcake.
Let me guess. You're an attorney, fresh out of law school, are you not? That's the only explanation for why you would come to meet me like this.
What does he mean by that?
No matter. So, what business does a mighty lawyer have with a man such as myself?
Shipes, this guy's arrogance meter is off the scale. Well, I'd like to talk with you. Night of the murder. On the night of the murder, were you in Miss April May's hotel room?
Who can say? I seldom pay attention to mundane details such as time and place.
My motto is, don't worry, be happy. Still, Mr. White, the hotel bellboy has stated on the record that he does remember you very clearly.
No matter. The bellboy can say what he pleases. I still won't talk to you. If you want me to speak, put me on the witness stand. Although I doubt you'd be capable of doing that.
He raises a good question, actually. Why didn't the prosecution call him as a witness? He should have seen the same thing as Miss April May.
The police, the courts... To me, they are mere toys. Playthings for my amusement.
Great. Miss May. Miss May is an employee of Blue Corp, is she not?
Correct. She was my secretariat. What a shock it was to hear what she had done.
What she's done? You mean the wiretap?
Indeed. She is paid to answer phones. Tapping them is not in her description. She does gather information for us as part of her duties. But I assure you, we do not condone illegal methods. It is ineffable that she would do this.
It sounds like he's trying to turn Miss May into a scapegoat here. Great. By the way, that painting... there's something that's been bothering me.
Yes? What might that be?
That big painting on the wall over there. Where did you get it? Say, when did you get that painting?
No idea. I forgot.
I've seen that painting before. Yesterday, in fact. Why do you find that painting here Why do I find that painting here today? Mr. Wrong, was it? Right. It appears you do not fully grasp your position here. I ask again. Who are you? A lawyer? No, my feeble-minded friend. A mere lawyer. Worth nothing. Zilch, zippo, nada. Just like that sorry excuse of an attorney, Groddyburger. What? You punched me. Well, Mr. Lawyer, what will you do, eh? Charge me with assault? Charge away. I welcome it, for it is you who will be found guilty. What? Heed my exposition. The police, the courts, they'll do my bidding. So you say. But I wonder, is that kind of control really possible? I don't expect you to understand. It is a world beyond your comprehension. Compensation? You came here from Groddyburgers, I presume? Mr. Grossberg's. Yes. Then you must ask him, why is it that this painting of his hangs here? Perhaps then he will tell you. Perhaps he will explain how a man can live life purely for personal profit. Go now. Skedaddle. There is nothing left more to discuss. Fine. We will move. Let's go back to Grossbergers and see if there's anything to discuss. Huh? I don't think he's noticed me standing here. Maybe I should clear my throat?
Ahem! Something to Joseph.
Oh, you. What's wrong? You look so pensive, like an old man at the end of his days.
Huh? I'm not senile yet. I was just thinking about this whole mess.
Something's really bothering him. That much is clear. Today's trial. So, you came to see the trial?
Yes, I did. Something was bothering me all last night, you see. Couldn't get a wink of sleep.
Really? What was that?
Well, you see, it's just Mia's sister. That poor girl. My boy, I owe you my thanks. Truly. I don't know what I would have done if things had gone poorly for that girl.
Yeah, well, your refusal? I asked before, but why did you refuse her request for defense? I think I have a right to know.
A right, Mr. Wright? No, I'm sorry. I need more time to think about it, my boy.
He does seem troubled about something. I'm starting to have a feeling I know what it is. Yeah, Mr. White. So, I paid Blue Corp a visit.
Oh? Oh, I see.
Mr. Grossberg, I have to admit, something has been bothering me.
Oh? What is it?
Well, out with it, my boy. You see, it's just... That photo of Mr. White, that big painting. That photo of Mr. White. Why would you have his photo, Mr. Grossberg?
Yes, well, it's been a long time since then.
A long time ago? I'm sorry, but I think not. I think you still have ties to Mr. White, even today.
Really? Whatever gave you that idea? But what connection could I possibly have with an individual such as he?
It's pretty straightforward, actually. He's blackmailing you. Mr. White has something on you, doesn't he? Blackmail.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mr. Grossberg, sir. There was a giant painting hanging right there the other day, was there not? The one that you said you had no intentions of parting with? Well, I saw it. Today. It was in the CEO's office at Blue Corp. Red White's office.
So, you noticed. I suppose I should have guessed you would. It is a large painting.
Mr. Grossberg, tell me what happened.
Wright is a man who makes a living through intimidation. Blue Corp is a company that excels at finding people's weaknesses, I'm afraid. I've been paying them for 15 years now.
15 years?
All because of the DL6 incident, as you might have guessed.
That name on the back of the photographs.
As you suspected, I could not stand in defense of Maya because of this. Wright could have destroyed me if I did.
So that's the connection.
It is hard for me to tell you this, my boy, but arresting Red Wright will be nigh on impossible.
Impossible? Why?
He has information on everyone. It gives him an iron grip. He owns judges, attorneys, prosecutors, police, and politicians.
What?
They are bound, unable to do harm to themselves and therefore to him. Don't look at me like that. What you see is nothing more than the weight of many, many years.
Yeah, the reason for blackmail.
But why were blackmailed over this, Mr. Grossberg? The DL6 incident was top secret at the time. It made sense. The police didn't want people to know they were using a medium. They couldn't let people know. But one person found out. I told him.
You told White?
He offered me riches. It is an embarrassment to me now. Because I talked, the police were mocked far and wide. In secret, they began looking for the one who sold them out. Of course, White heard about it, and he came to me. Only this time, the offer was blackmail.
I see.
White controls the law of this country as he sees fit. Yet, if you would still challenge him, have a close look at Maya's office.
At Mia's office?
She followed his every move for years. She may have recorded something of what she found.
Great, we'll have a look. But what is this DL6 incident?
DL6 is nothing more than the sorting code the police gave the case. It was 15 years ago now. I received a request from a medium, a spirit medium.
A medium?
Her name was Misty Fay.
Fay?
Indeed, she was Mia's mother. She had been investigating a murder at the request of the police, and she failed. As a result, the police called her a fraud.
And this is what Maya was talking about the other day.
I did all I could for her, and in the end, cleared her of wrongdoing. That murder case, however, remains unsolved to this day. That case is the DL6 incident.
Right. Well, we know where we have to head then. We've got to head back to our office and check. It's funny. Looking at this room, it seems so normal. Hard to imagine a murder took place here. Mr. Grossberg said there would be clues. Maybe I should have another look. Let's examine then. What else have we got to examine here is the real question. We've got this here. Maybe something in the files? All of the cases that the chief has ever worked on are filed here. They're all in alphabetical order. Let's take a look. Which file should I look at? Well, we were looking for Mr. Red Wright, so it should be in the T to Z section. T, W... I know, W! White! Huh? The entire W section is missing! Was it taken? Huh. Okay. All the cases. Let's have a look through A to I for DL6, maybe? A, B, F, Misty Fay. That's Mia and Maya's mother. Should I take a look? Yes. I've tarnished the Fay name, leaving only these words: my mother vanished. I was determined to find the ones who had made my mother blame herself in this way. Using the power that runs in my family, I held an audience with the dead. Finally, the names of two men surfaced. One was Marvin Grossberg, a lawyer who sold my mother's information for riches. The other was the man who sold that information to the press. This parasite who makes his fortune on threats and coercion. His name is... The record stops there. So Mia knew Grossberg. Yeah, she knew not just about Grossberg. She worked there, didn't she? What about the last lot? What else have we got? J to S? Let's see. Nothing much here. Maybe I'll just skim some of these? Skim. Well, no harm in flipping through a bit, I guess. Biggest part's here at the end. S. Suicide. Oh. She's a collection of suicide reports. There's politicians, policemen. Huh? There's writing on most of these in pencil. White? This is Mia's handwriting. Wait, I get it. Mia thought he was involved in these suicides. White drove them all to... I can use these newspaper clippings. Let's find the most disturbing one. The word Wright was written at the pencil and top. Okay. Well, let's go back to Grossberg and present to him what we found. He'll probably understand it a bit. I found this in Mia's files. So, she was investigating Red Wright, as I expected. Well, if you wanted to challenge him, you could present this in court. Not a bad idea. Alright. Is there anything else we can talk about? No. Okay. Well, we have to challenge him in court then. Is there anything else? Apparently, Miss May is in questioning. I doubt they'll let me talk to her today. Okay. Well, that's fine. I didn't want to. Well, aren't you persistent? Sorry, but there's something I have to ask you. Mr. Lawyer, I really hate having to repeat myself, but it seems the message has not yet penetrated your thick skull. Stop bothering me. If you try my patience further, I fear a nasty accident may occur. Do I make myself clear? Transparent. However, this is the only clue that Mia left me. I'd better make this one count. Mr. White, see this? This is an article describing the suicide of a policeman. A politician. He was embezzling secret government funds. Then, one day, word got leaked to the press. The very next day, he took his own life. And this concerns me how? I found this article in Mia's office. Miss Mia? She had a file filled with articles like this. Every one of them was labeled with a single word. White. Mr. White, I know what you did to this politician. You blackmailed the shit out of him. You were blackmailing him. Blackmail? Not just him either. You were threatening and coercing hundreds of others. You were involved in all of the suicide cases that Mia investigated. This company is built on blackmail. I'm right, aren't I? What a bizarre accusation. Mr. Wrong? What is it that you should be doing now? Investigating me? No, I think not. You should be searching for the one who killed Miss Mia. Secretary's office, hello? Mr. Wrong will be leaving now. Yes, sir. I'll send someone right away. Wait a second, Mr. White. You're right. You are absolutely right. I should be looking for the killer now. And actually, I've done better. I've found him. He's sitting right in front of me. And just what are you insinuating? Mia was onto you. She was keeping tabs. For this reason, you had April May tapping her phone. Then, Mia was murdered, and all the documents about you mysteriously disappeared. So, the culprit would be... Even a child could work it out, Mr. White. You did it! Secretary's office. We won't be needing an escort for Mr. Wrong. Instead, please contact me to the public prosecutor's office. Of course, sir. One moment, please. White, that you? What are you doing calling me at a time like this? Hello, Chief Prosecutor. I've changed my mind. I want to testify tomorrow. Oh, what's this all about? The Mia Fey case. I witnessed the murder, you see. And, thus, as a very important witness, I would like to testify. What? Why now? I thought you said you didn't want to go to court. Quietude. I told you I changed my mind, didn't I? Oh, and one other thing. Send the police over here right away. The man is standing right in front of me. He looks dazed and could be violent. What? What man? Are you even listening? The executioner, the hatchet man, the liquidator, the killer man. What? Mr. Wright, this isn't one of those... Chief Prosecutor, I do not believe you are in a position to freely offer me your opinions, correct? I'm telling you to send the police now. Did I not tell you, Mr. Rome? You are a mere liar. As was Miss Mia. How dare you! I'll point the finger at you, and you will be tried as Miss Mia's killer. The case is as good as settled. No lawyer of any worth will defend you. I have friends in the local lawyers association, you see. You'll be given a lawyer so stupendously inept that they'll make even you look competent. I feel faint. Detective Gumshoe reporting, sir. Butts. Harry Butts. Right, actually. Phoenix Wright. And my friend's name is Lowry. Oh, right. Sorry, pal. Butts was the murderer, right? Detective Gumshoe, I present to you the man who killed Miss Maya Fey. What? Take this despicable human being into custody. Farewell, Mr. Ron. Oh, well, that's gone real well. Hey, at least we got Maya off the hook. That's something. I can't believe this has only been a day since the first trial. My trial begins tomorrow. I wonder who made that happen. White's going to set a trap for me, and the prosecution will be in on it, of course. Edgeworth included. An attorney was assigned to me by the state yesterday. I refused. I had an idea. Right! Mr. Wright! Oh, Maya! Great, they let you out of detention. Just now, yes. It's all thanks to you. Now I'm afraid we've switched places. What? You mean you... I explained what happened to Maya. I don't believe it! How many people does that man need to destroy before he's satisfied? My mother, my sister, and now you! This has gone too far! Mr. Wright, please tell me, is there anything I can do? Well... cheer me on in court. Well, you could cheer for me in court. Cheer for you? You mean like a cheerleader? Huh? Yeah, like that. Alright, leave it to me. Huh? I'd better go get a uniform and some pom-poms and... Wait. What? I'm kidding. It was a joke. No way. No, really, I was kidding. But thanks. It's good to know you're on my side. And there really isn't anything you can do for me anyway. But I can't just sit here and do nothing. I've got to give that man a piece of my mind. Just a piece? Okay, then come to the trial tomorrow. Okay, I'll be there. I'll show them a thing or two. Times may change, yet with crime it's the same old story. In fact, it's gotten worse. Lengthy court proceedings are no longer realistic. Beginning a few years ago, a limit of 3 days was put on initial court trials. Almost all finish in a day, and most with a guilty verdict. I never thought I would end up in the defendant's chair myself for this case. With the true culprit appearing as the star witness. This is it. Tomorrow, it's me or him. Well, that would be quite something that we should go ahead and save for. But that also as well presents us with a very nice spot to be able to go ahead and save things for later and for another time. Because, well, obviously with the trial being tomorrow, we must get well rested and such, but we will continue the trial the next time that we stream. To those of you who have been watching this, thank you very much for doing so. We hope that you have enjoyed, and you should be able to know when we'll next be streaming. Shall be, we think it is Saturday is the day you call it. Same time, same place here. We will also as well let you know on the Twitters or anything, if anything should happen between now and then. But, as we said, that is the end of this stream. We do hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. We have been Supersonic Blur, and we shall see you all next time.